What's going on, everybody? Let me add this up. What's going on, Miss Webster? Hey. How y'all doing? Come on in. Normally, I do the music and stuff, but today this is a bit of a serious topic because I'm a little disgusted. A lot of bit disgusted of what happened recently at Fort Worth, Texas. That is a branch of T.D. Jakes Church where Pastor Patrick Winfield runs that church. If you haven't heard, the young lady, her name is Audrey Stevenson, and the video was posted, because, honey, I've been researching, so let me go to it. The video was posted by Audrey, on, okay, let me keep going down. Okay, so the original video she posted, because she posted two other ones, on March 25th. I think that was a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. What happened is in this video, I can still hear her goddamn screams in my head. And what is alarming about this is, for those who grew up in the church is supposed to be a safe haven. And this video really, really emulates a lot of the videos that we've seen of police officers acting out of line and going above and beyond and using their power in an egregious, gross way. And I'm trying to say this without doing all the cussing that I usually do. So let me try to do this right. Because I be done, usually my temper be bad and I be done cussed all through this video, but because of the nature of this video and what I'm trying to display, I don't want to get lost in a bunch of curse words. So I researched the entire story. And this started in a familiar place for me because I grew up in the church. This started in a familiar place for me where one woman, who probably older than this woman, Audrey was, and I think her name, she's a friend of Rhonda E. Lewis, which was the elder who you seen in the video talking to Audrey so reckless. And what's even worse about the situation is they tried to say, oh, the girl is crazy. She seemed to be like the only person in the entire video with some sense. She wasn't violent. She wasn't aggressive. So the things that happened to her, and I'm glad that she recorded this from the beginning, because this must have been going on a lot where she was getting lied on. And for her to even think, in the house of God, that I have to record this because I think this is going to get bad, tells you what's been going on previously before this escalated to this. So let me break this down. Rhonda E. Lewis, who is the elder that you see telling her that she ain't got to call the first lady, she ain't got to do this, and it's my say so. I run the church. It's my church. My word is bond. I'm the pastor's administrator, so don't nothing get past me. And unfortunately, I know of Miss Lewis, and the stories that I've heard of Miss Lewis have not been favorable at all. This is not, hearsay. This is from the mouth of other people who have been in the pot house, have said that this is not the first time Miss Lewis has been caught into some mess. This is just the first time the first lady and the pastor found out all the mess that she's been around. So let me tell you how all of this ended up with a black woman assaulted in a church. Okay. So Audrey Stevens used to be a wild woman, and she got into, her mother joined the Potter House back in, I want to say 2013, 2014. And she totally changed, and she started to get do volunteer work, and she was doing the greetings where she say, well, welcome to the church. You do your welcomes, and then everybody come hug. Like at my mama's them church, they do the welcome. They welcome the visitors or whatever. She did that on a regular basis or whatever. So happened there's a 41-year-old woman who they identify in the film after in the story. Her mother identifies the girl, and so does she. It's something Hannibal, something Amy, or something like that. Some good woman who was going around and had issues with the younger women in the church. And you have some women who that want to be mentors, but if you are not not even blessed, but if you have not been called to run that ministry, you shouldn't touch it. Okay? Hey, Pumpkins. Hey. What's happening, everybody? Hi, what's going on? So if you haven't been called to that ministry, you shouldn't be trying to mentor girls. And what it sounds like to me is that Pastor Winfield have not been checking his administrators the way he needs to be. And that's what happens in a big church. You trust other people underneath you to handle delegations and different things because you run a mega church. And under the mega church is a branch under T.D. Jakes. So T.D. Jakes has his main church in Minnesota or whatever. He has his church. And then that's the branch of Fort Worth, which is run by Veronica and Patrick Winfield. And so whoever this Hannibal Amy girl is has been harassing the young women in the church, and it's becoming a problem. Like, she's pulling their weaves, she's starting rumors, causing issues with the young women in the church, and Rhonda E. Lewis is friends with whoever this Hannibal girl is, okay? According to the mother, to Audrey Stevenson and her mother, that this Hannibal girl started a rumor in the church. Now, let me tell you, this is a 41-year-old woman. Why are you underneath a young girl's dress? That's my whole question. You're a 41-year-old woman. Why are you worried about undergarments of a young girl's dress? You're supposed to be there to praise the Lord. Why are you worried about what a girl got on in the pulpit or not? Like, mind your business. You're not a mother. You are not in a place of office. Why are you worried about what's underneath a young girl's dress? So whoever this Hannibal woman is started a rumor in the church that Audrey made the church look bad because she wasn't wearing panties in the pulpit. Which nobody went to leadership about this. Nobody talked to leadership about this because Winfield and the first lady and the pastor was not aware. So Rhonda took it upon herself, Rhonda E. Lewis took it upon herself to sit Audrey down without discussing with pastor. And then there's production, managers that run, because they run their church like a business. So it's different levels, and people who run the production manager, talent manager, or whatever that runs on and do certain things in the pulpit. They were unaware that she was set down either, but they heard that Elder Lewis had an issue with Audrey, that she didn't want her up there. Okay. So when this all started to become, and when the Hannibal girl pulled her hair, cause she was pulling the girl's hair, pulling their weave, talking about their weaves or whatsoever, and making the girls feel bad about their hair. Well, Audrey's mother tried to call the pastor and alert him about what was going on. But Rhonda, who is the gatekeeper, wouldn't let nobody talk to pastor about anything that had to do with this whole situation. So here we are. I'm calling, trying to get things rectified, and you won't let me talk to pastor. You're not even letting pastor know about the dirt y'all doing in the church and what all the mess that y'all spewing, because you're going to get in trouble once pastor find out. So she was a gatekeeper. She wouldn't let nothing go past, and it started to boil. So this particular Sunday, beforehand, Audrey and them called the first lady. The first lady said out her mouth, who has authority, who is the authority over Rhonda, says, I had no clue that you were blackballed. Me and Pastor never said nothing about you being sat down. What we gonna do, we gonna have a sit down meeting, and we're going to talk about this whole situation. Everybody involved gonna sit down. We're gonna have a meeting. So going on to church, Audrey, the first lady, said she's not banned. Nobody gave the word to Rhonda that she was banned. Audrey continues to go on to do what she usually do, which is the opening and the welcome of the church. They called her and brought her to the back, and that's where the video starts. When they called her and brought her to the back and took her into the back room, Brandon Ames, Rhonda Lewis, and other people who were I guess hyped up as Rhonda was. So here's what we're looking at, because from the conversation clearly, which was stated out, if this woman had did something bogus, that messed up in the church, you all would have said, you can't be in the church because of this, that, and other. This is how you handle things. And I come out of the Church of God in Christ. So I know about being sat down and having the 90-day ban or a 30-day ban because you've done something in the church. Originally in the Church of God in Christ, if you got pregnant, you had to stand before the church and say, okay, me and brother whoever, because y'all both went to the same church back in the day, and we apologize forever. So you couldn't participate in choir, you had to be sat down. That was the original laws of the bylaws of Church of God in Christ. But being the Potter House, being a non-denominational, I don't know if it's different with non-denominational. Where their bylaws are and how things are in the church, but you are given an official warning by the pastor. The pastor is present, and he has given the okay that you are sat down. Nobody can sit you down but the pastor. The pastor has to give the final word and the okay. So for Rhonda E. Lewis, and I'm going to keep calling her Rhonda E. Lewis because she has the Rockaletta Moss effect. She really does. If you've never seen She Gotta Have It, go see She Gotta Have It and find out who Rockaletta Moss is, because that is Rhonda E. Lewis. We've seen that type of person, that type of character being displayed in Temptation. What was his name? Was that Denzel Washington's wife played her? The mother who was above themselves and thought that just because she got a title in the church, that makes you above law. No, baby, you got to go through some sort of protocol. And when she went around you and called the first lady like she was supposed to do because you were blocking, you got upset. And that's why Rhonda was pushing and trying to run up on Audrey. It wasn't for the fact that Audrey was wrong, because Audrey didn't do nothing but ask, what did I do wrong in this whole situation? This video had me so heated. It had me so heated I wanted to go around with a whole belt and just spank everybody in the goddamn video, sitting around letting this grown 400-pound man slam this woman on her face. To hear her screams the way she screamed, the way she was screaming, and y'all sitting there letting him do that. Malcolm X said it the best. The most unprotected woman in the world, person in the world, is a black woman. Here we are watching police officers brutalize and beat us, and we can't even go to our own freaking churches and worship in peace or serve in peace because you got a problem with if I wore panties or not. So you're going to have this big, I'm trying not to cuss here. Oh, this is hard. You're going to have this big, huge, Oompa Loompa, Peter Griffin shaped mother. Brandon Amy, your big watermelon, bareback monkey shaped ass. Excuse me, I'm about to go in. Because for one, you can tell he's a beta male. You can tell that was a beta male. You put her in handcuffs, not for the fact of her doing anything wrong, but because she wanted to leave. You couldn't stand the fact that she wasn't going to hear what you had to say. So your fat, funky, fucked up looking ass decided to go in there and throw your fucking weight around and put your back on a woman. I hope you never get a goddamn job ever, you fat, funky, fat, fucked up looking motherfucker, you. I'm sorry, y'all can be mad all you want to, but the fact that he would even have the audacity to throw his goddamn weight on top of this girl for no reason other than the fact that she wanted to leave infuriates me. It infuriates me. Oh, I was big. Oh, baby. April, big mad? Oh, baby, I was big mad because all she wanted to do was leave when you illegally detained her. Not only did y'all illegally detain her, you put your hands all, you can see the nail print in the girl's hand. Look at this picture. Look at this picture. He done put his whole nail in this goddamn girl's hand. That's a nail print. A nail print in this girl's hand for her simply wanting to leave. And you don't messed her eye up. Messed her face up for what? The fact of the matter is she called the first lady over y'all and got some real order to a chaos situation. What I'm more angry about is the fact that TD Jakes can get on my TV every day talking to me about stuff I really don't care about. And when it's somebody who has been victimized, even though you released a statement, you should have been on doggone Facebook using that podcast to talk to us and to apologize to that girl on the airwaves. It is your responsibility being in your church. It doesn't matter if it's a branch of you, it's still under the Potter House name. And where's the statement from Pastor Winfield and Veronica Winfield? Where are the statements? Where's the statements? If TD Jakes makes a statement, Pastor Winfield and Veronica Winfield should have been the first people to make a statement to that girl. They should have been on the phone calling out who was wrong, and everybody should have been pulled in immediately. Immediately. Here we are in 2018, and you want people to come to your church, and y'all want to talk about Christians, and the place to be is in the church. The place to be is in the church, not in the streets and in the church. Here we are, you got people who want to be in the church, who want to serve. She trying to serve, and y'all blackballing her over some pennies? Over the fact that not even the pastor didn't say it, but over the fact that you think she's making the church look bad. Ain't nobody else complained about it but an old ass woman who causing drama in the goddamn church. And you take it upon yourself to ban somebody without talking to the pastor. And then for one, if I was the first lady, and this just being the first lady, because the way Rhonda E. Lewis responded when she was telling her, I talked to the first lady. If I was the first lady and I heard how Rhonda E. Lewis responded to somebody saying that I spoke to me, the first lady don't tell me what? You fired. You sat down. You can come on and call your membership a rat, boo. Because you don't run my church. I run. Ain't nobody should be word over the first lady should be over hers. Ain't nobody other than the pastors. It's the pastor, first lady. Then it's whoever they appoint after that. When you get too big for your britches and you think your word is over the pastors and the first lady, you got to go. You need to be set down. Why are you still in office? Because you're doing nothing but causing chaos. And that's why millennials are running from the church in groves. They're running from the church because of shit like this here. Just trying to serve and do the welcome address, and I'm slammed on my face like a criminal. I'm gonna tell you what she need to do. First of all, I would put a defamation and slander character on this Hannibal girl who started all this. I would give me a good lawyer. Oh, baby, I would have me the best lawyer that is, baby. Baby, I would have the Olivia Pope of lawyers sitting in there right for me. Do you hear me? You done slam me on my goddamn face inside the church? And a church official sat there and watched as a black woman, Rhonda E. Lewis. Why would you sit there and watch this man do this to this woman? No matter how you felt about her. Let him sit there and put his knees all in her back. Pushing and grabbing on her because you upset. It's tired. It's sickening. It's past disgusting. Everybody in that administration that was in that room that watched that happen, except for the police officers, the other police officers that came up and told him out of their mouth, what you're doing is illegal. You have her in handcuffs. That's illegally. I just wanted her to pay attention. I just want her to pay attention. And ain't that like a beta black male who always want to oppress some goddamn body? You can't use your words. You got to use violence. A woman tell you she wants to leave. You got to put your hands on her to show her so she can listen. Fat, funky, fucked up looking motherfucker you. Somebody ought to put their back. What if somebody took away your food and told you you can't have it till you listen? I bet you have a whole heart attack, big nigga. Where your goddamn neck at? Floppy back bitch. I'm sorry. That just infuriated me. I'm so upset. Look, I ain't ever say this is why I moved out of the church home. I never say I'm saved in a complete fashion. No, I have some belief systems. I'm not there yet because of things like this. This type of stuff keep folks out of it. And let me tell you something else, because church folks always want to come and tell me I have no right to talk about what's happening in church because I don't go to church. If it's wrong, I'm gonna talk about it. Okay? And that's the problem here. Most of you Christians that's underneath her page, because I've looked at the videos, and here come all you old ass, staunchy ass, stuck in the water, gonna drown and go to hell because of that old ass religion, belief ass shit that your church is the only church, and whatever happens in your church that's bogus is supposed to stay in the church. Oh, she doing too much. First of all, how can you tell a victim how should she react? If I got slammed on my face for doing absolutely nothing, you goddamn right I'm gonna be on every goddamn social media post talking about it. You goddamn right I'm gonna be somewhere exposing it. And you can't tell nobody how you feel, how they should feel about being slammed on their goddamn face for no reason. Other than trying to serve the Lord that they wanted to, that you set it up there for people to come and serve the Lord. So when they come out there and serve the Lord and you punishing them for it, and there's no way. Anybody that's still going to that church, if Rhonda is not fired and if Brandon is not expelled from the church, y'all don't need to be going. Y'all don't need to step right in foot. I wouldn't give $1. I wouldn't go anything to the pastor Winfield come out and say something or give an appropriate statement towards what has happened. I wouldn't do it. And in the same way, we see a black woman being beat up in a Chinese food restaurant or a nail salon, and we go protest. It need to be some people right outside of that goddamn church protesting the same way. If I had the goddamn money to get down there and protest and be outside that god doggone church to the pastor and the first lady say something, or those people are removed, I really would be. Because that makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. Over hearsay. Not even the fact that anybody else saw it. Just over one woman's account. You done banned this woman for absolutely no reason, over the fact that you all are jealous of her youth and the fact that she's probably going to replace you in what you're doing because you're getting old. And that young hoism that you had in the church, everybody liked you, that's getting old. You was the old sanctified. You was the old woman that had the new moves. Now you got these young girls coming up and you jealous. And you showing them your jealousy by pulling on their hair, by spreading rumors, talking about who ain't wearing panties. And that should be your concern. You should be in that church trying to get closer to God because you're getting older and getting closer to death. What the hell is you worried about a girl in a goddamn doing what's underneath her clothes? You sounding about as bad as Juanita Bynum. Go sit down somewhere. Some of you old tired Christians underneath her post talking about what she doing too much and what does sit down mean? Did you not know that she was sat down? First of all, even if she was sat down, that does not cause the right for them to even do anything like that. Even if she was sat down. There's no reason why that should have escalated to that. No reason. Give me a good reason why that should have escalated to that. The only goddamn reason I can see if the only reason a motherfucker should be slammed on their face, you in there trying to harm somebody else. And for the looks of it and the way that she is talking, she wasn't trying to do nothing but leave. She wanted to have the meeting. They got him. That's what Rhonda was really mad at. That's why Rhonda ran up when she said she ran around her head. and talked to the first lady, and the first lady said, "We gonna have a meeting." And when she said, "I ain't having a meeting with nobody," that shows your insubordination and you need to be fired. Man, you can't tell me having no meeting with nobody. And you looking like Roseanne Barr, the black version. Girl, I'm just not. It should disgust you to see a woman assaulted in that manner. It should disgust you to see a woman, a black woman, after all being treated the same way, and we get numb to the fact that black women are being treated this way. We get numb to the fact of it. We get numb to the fact of seeing the police officers kill us in the streets, because that is what is it? What did the girl say it was? Like black something porn, black snuff porn or something like that, where you watch stuff that happens to black folks, you empathize, you say you gonna pray, but you never really do nothing about it. Oh yeah. It's ridiculous, and the folks that's justifying it it sounds like Trump supporters. They sound like gullible ass people who don't have anything else to do but drink the Kool-Aid of the righteous. And you can take it how you want to, because I'm gonna keep talking how I've been talking. That old religion, that dead religion that you all stick to, that ideology that you all got to be mentors, but you ain't been mentored your goddamn self. That you can't mentor nobody out of ignorance. And that's exactly what it seemed like these women were trying to do with these young women. Out of their old, ignorant, staunchy ways, want to mentor somebody into being saved, and you have no clue what being saved is, period. You have no idea what it means to be a true Christian, because if you did, it would have never got to this situation. If you did, you wouldn't have gone around pulling women's hair and talking about what they wearing underneath their god doggone clothes. If you had any type of discernment, you to understand how protocol go, and that everything goes through the pastor and not you. That's an ego of pride. That's an ego of that title shit, you know. And they talk about Church of God in Christ with the title, but it seems like non-denominations have that issue as well. People, black folks, and getting that. Oof. Especially black beta women. I think I'm gonna do a whole video about that. About black beta women when they get in the titles. I should call that video the Rockaletta Moss Effect. That's what I should call it. And we should bring up women like Rhonda E. Lewis. Women who you know that black coworker, that black supervisor, that black boss who she overdoes it because she's the only black supervisor, or she got a title so she thinks she's better than the rest of the world. She lives upon her title. I am evangelist. I've traveled all over the 50 states. I'm evangelist Lewis. I preach, a pastor let me preach last Sunday. So, nobody can tell me nothing. I have a title in the church, so nobody can tell me that I'm not important. Fuck out of here. And this is coming from a girl who had nothing but apostles, evangelists in her god doggone family to this very day. I got all my uncles are god doggone preachers, doggone near. And my uncle sat up there with Benny Hinn and the best of them. You can look up Alfred and B.K. Hinton. So real talk. This is coming from somebody who knows the protocol. I've been in church I used to be in church all my life. Every doggone day was a church day, because I was a Koji kid. So I know how protocol is supposed to go. And what that was, this display of pure, this display of what happened, this here, this is Sprite? No, I want to go where she's yelling.
Why are you doing this to me? Brandon, I didn't do anything. He got he Can you get your knees off my back? Sir, I've broken no law. I just want to leave. Please. Let me leave. Let me leave. Let me leave. Let me leave.
All she wanted.
Let me leave. Let me leave. Are y'all serious? Are y'all serious? Ma'am, no, I didn't break any law. Ma'am, I didn't break any law. Why do you have me in cuffs? Legally, you can't find out why. I didn't do anything. Why would you put me in cuffs, Brandon? Are you serious?
He's trying to talk. So you illegally detain her because you're trying to talk. Ain't that just like a nigga, you don't want to talk to him, he wants to blow your head off because you don't want his number. Fuck you then, bitch, because you don't want to give him your number, you don't want to talk to him. Ain't that just like a beta male? Because it is a beta male. Fat, fucked up ass nigga. You 400 pounds and you had to throw your goddamn weight around. You can use your words. Somebody ought to beat the fuck out of you. Somebody ought to beat you. I hope they get his fat ass for assault. I hope they get him for assault. And then here's the good thing. When the other plainclothes police officers came towards the situation, they let him know what he was doing illegal, and they asked him in the video. It's on the video. That's why it's great that you record when stuff starts going wrong. Hit that record. Let the discernment. She said she had the feeling. Her discernment said, pull that tape recorder out and press play. And what it did, it exposed everything that they've been hiding in that church. It exposed all that demonic stuff that's been going on in that church. And I understand folks are saying, oh, is she trying to make the whole church look bad? Nope. Brandon and Rhonda did that themselves. Throughout that entire video, nobody made that church look bad more than Brandon and Rhonda. And if that is a representation, and especially how the world views things, and it just takes a recording to get out and go viral, everybody now thinks that's the way your church is. And maybe this is the year. Now, I've been saying it. It's been a year that God has been exposing the white evangelicals. Maybe it's the year that he starts exposing the rest of these big name churches and pulling out all of the garbage. Because if this is happening in other places like this, it needs to get told. This was totally misogynistic. This was wrong. And everybody involved need to be fired and charged with something. I don't know what they're going to charge Rhonda with, probably accomplice to the shit or probably fellow assault. I don't know what y'all would find something. I would find, if I was her lawyer, I would find something to slap Rhonda with. But let me not be one-sided completely, because TD Jakes did release a statement on this. And I'm going to read the statement to you completely. Okay. March 27, 2018, while honoring our 2018 Tory graduates, the Powder House of Dallas, an unfortunate incident occurred at our Powder House of Fort Worth campus. To accurately assess the occurrence, Pastor Patrick Winfield and I took the time required to evaluate the situation completely and without bias. Statements from all persons on staff have been reviewed meticulously and to comprehend what actually occurred. While many of exonerating circumstances are not shown in the video that was published March 25th, 2018, this still does not justify the lack of professionalism exhibited by the safety officers we required and expect from all of our employees. Emotions quickly escalated and a complete breakdown of communication occurred, resulting in what played out on video. I'm extremely disappointed and apologize apologize for how Miss Stevenson was treated and the ill conduct she received. Privately, we will be reaching out to Miss Stevenson, which means y'all need to come up off that cash, because if I don't want no apology. Apology won't fix the fact that I will be traumatized every time I come into a church, because that will, hey, I'd pay it. Y'all need to come up off that cash. We will be reaching out to Miss Stevenson to offer her an apology she rightly deserves. The safety officer in question's tenure with us has been a positive one. This unfortunate incident, however, has endangered his continuance with, how has it endangered? No, he needs to be fired. Why is it endangered? Why shouldn't he have been fired after this video immediately? He should have been fired. So y'all got him under investigation. This is what it's saying. Let's see. It endangered his continuance with our ministry pending the outcome of a comprehensive review, which is consistent with our protocols, which means he may or may not get fired from his job since this is his first offense. The safety officer in question understand that what has occurred was not handled according to our safety guidelines that all officers are required to adhere to while working for the Potter House. Effectively, immediately, I have ordered a policy review with all of our safety officers to ensure the delicate situations like these are handled appropriately. Throughout our entire ministry, we go to great lengths to minimize as many inconveniences to our weekly parishioners while providing proper protection to themselves, their family, and children and belongings with help from safety and police officers. It is never our aim to ask someone to exit our premises, but when it is necessary, we hope all responses are met with appropriate and professional behavior. Which I don't understand why he added that, because she wanted to leave, not him. She wanted to leave. They didn't ask her to leave. She wanted to leave, and they prevented her from doing that. So why would you add that in? That's just weird to me. Like, if somebody was told to leave the premises, they should have. This is why you need to be down there figuring out what the fuck is going on, other than sending out fucking letters. You should have been on the phone talking to this woman as soon as you figured out what's happening. It's not that hard to reach her. It's not that hard. I'm sure somebody in the church got her number. Y'all should have been on the phone immediately with her after this situation was told to you, instead of making a statement. Y'all should have been handling this, fixing this. And you don't even know the whole story. This is why this doesn't even fit the narrative. The apology doesn't fit the narrative of what you're talking about. Throughout the entire ministry, no. It's never our aim to ask someone to exit our premises, but when it is necessary, we hope all responses are met with appropriate and professional behavior. We proudly and warmly open church doors each and every week to thousands of parishioners. Each week, from all backgrounds, we are taking immediate steps to ensure our employees continue serving our community and communities of the world with excellence, protecting the safety and dignity of all who worship at any of our locations will be continued to be paramount. Well, you all failed so far. If that's the way you all handle your parishioners, you all failed. And that's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say about you. You completely failed. I get giving folks a second chance. This may have been or whatever, but my mama always my grandma always said, what's her name? Condoleezza Rice said it recently. Dog bites you once, shame on a dog, but dog bites you twice, shame on you. And I would never let that dog bite me twice. I would never ever let that dog bite me twice. You all need to come up with some sort of situation to make this situation go away. And then what I mean by go away is y'all need to give up Brandon for some sort of assault. Because that is what he did. He assaulted that woman. And either Rhonda needs to step down or she needs to be set down. But she should not have a position in that church if that's the way she feels about the first lady, if that's the way she feels about the position she has, and if she is calling herself being the top notch, that don't nothing else go through her. And in the past that she's not passing the pastor privy and sensitive information that will cause them for getting sued, because here it is, it's a whole lawsuit you could avoid it by just passing that information along to the pastor. It doesn't matter if it's your friend getting in trouble, but you trying to hold on and take up for your friend who around the church starting shit. You calling yourself being the gatekeeper caused the church now to be in a situation where they could be sued, liable to be sued. So you need to be fired as well. And probably find you another church home. And I don't know who gonna take you with all that mess you got up underneath yourself. I don't know who gonna take you. Maybe there's an old Baptist church you can go and be the old angry old mother sitting in the corner. But you need to take you and your peppermints and go. You and your church hats and go. Because that was utterly disgusting. And that's it. That's my entire thought about it. Since I've watched the video, the screams of Audrey and I don't know if Audrey, because she's been looking up stuff. So if Audrey, if you even watching this, I want to say that I support you fully in getting whatever justice you feel deserve. And don't let nobody tell you how to grieve. Don't let nobody tell you how to yell out, because you've been assaulted. So all these people who are coming on and telling you to shut up, you speak even louder. You've been assaulted. You've been a victim of I guess a misunderstanding, but it still, they victimized you in that church. They went above and beyond to discredit you and turned right around and lied on you once the police officers got there. Turned right around and lied on you once the police officers got there. And that showed you how quick people can lie, because they were talking all the truth. Once them other police officers got there, then they got the line on that girl. Well, I was trying to explain to her that she couldn't be up there because I had told her earlier. You didn't tell her earlier. She didn't even talk to you earlier. But that's the lie you were trying to express and trying to pass along before they told you this is illegal what y'all doing. You cannot illegally detain her. You cannot put her in handcuffs. Audrey, tell your story how you want to. Go get you a lawyer up. Get this push as far as you need it to go. Can't nobody tell you how to grieve. Can't nobody tell you how to mourn. Can't nobody tell you how to deal with somebody making you a victim, because your screams replayed in my head. Hearing you screaming the way you were screaming just to breathe. And he had it, and knowing his fat self didn't know what he was doing, because if he probably would have sat on that girl the wrong way, we could have been talking about her being paralyzed. We could have been talking about a loss of life, because you putting your knee in her back the wrong way. You cut off the air circulation in a person. He could have killed her trying to talk to her. I'm just disgusted. I'm beyond disgusted. Y'all take it easy. And I'm gone. Oh, before I get back, I think the next video that I'm going to do will be the review of Black Lightning. It's becoming one of my favorite shows. But y'all take it easy. Peace.